Hello everyone, I'm Luppi. This is Super Mario 35, and here are today's challenges. Clear 2 courses in a single battle. Wow. Target and send enemies to lowest time 30 times. Defeat 200 enemies. Nice. Easy peasy stuff. Don't even have to worry about it. I am a little concerned that I've yet to beat 8-4 a second time, but you know, that's just how it goes. Until we get a special battle where it pops up all the time, I don't think those stats are really going to improve that greatly. It is the hardest, longest, and most difficult course to reach, I imagine. Nobody likes to see it. I kinda do. I'm always a little excited. I'm also filled with dread whenever it pops up, but, you know, as long as you make the first jump and don't get completely bowled over by enemies, it's fine. It's an okay level. Like old Mario levels, it requires you to know how to jump. It requires you to know warp pipes and stuff. It is a pretty cool thing. Oh man, look at that. No news to report. Today was a pretty slow day. I did get around to doing some adult stuff, like not paying my credit card yet, but getting to it. Did switch around some payment information for various services. Figured out how to get Nintendo Online for a foreign language account for a few months, so that'll be a thing. And now I'm kind of set for doing a second playthrough of Super Mario 35, I think. I hope. Assuming no more snags. I was not aware that online... I guess I should have been, like, it's only for one account, I get it. I don't know, I don't read. I only have the one Nintendo Online whatever, so that's fair. I feel like the $20 should be like all accounts on your own personal Switch, and the family plan should cover like alternative Switches, but I get how it works. Like, it makes sense that it's any account for the family plan, as long as it's like your specific number or whatever. I get it. I'm not salty, I'm just really bad at reading and always blindsided by my own, like, assumptions, I guess. So yeah, Nintendo Switch Online for a Japanese account that I made 2 years ago. 3 years ago, 2017. So I could play Kamiko. All the way back in, like, way too long ago. Like, May or whatever? I want to say May 2017? Was that when Kamiko came out, or was that a little earlier or a little later? It might have been April. I don't have the specific dates in my head. And then it came to the US anyway, so it's like, well, why'd you do that? I don't know. Kinda like learning how to do things. Like, if your credit card's set up at an English institution, more often than not, the Japanese eShop will reject it. But if you bought points on, like, Japanese Amazon or a different import site, you could use those points, and you could kind of get around not having a credit card. Although you could also probably just apply for a Japanese credit card. I feel like that'd be a pain. I don't know what that would make you liable for other than, like, you know, your standard monthly payments. But you could also do that if you're an adult. You know, I'm sure there's gotta be some that don't require you to have, like, a physical address. But maybe they all do, I don't know. So yeah, that's my way. That was my way around the random stuff. The weird thing is... Well, not the weird thing. But it's interesting because you can't buy points on websites anymore, it seems like. Or at the very least, Amazon's removed them, and I don't remember any, like, hubbub about that, so I don't know what's going on there. Something I find interesting. Of course, it might just be to push people to buy, like, the larger games. You can get the download codes still for games on Amazon and other websites too. And you can still get, like, Nintendo Online and the DLC. Easy peasy. But I had to do some workarounds because I can't read the Japanese. And I thought it wanted me to have a credit card when I was trying to do this on my Switch. So I had to set it up. I set it up on my computer, got the Japanese account all logged in, and that took forever to find the password and stuff, because I haven't logged into it, like, since 2017. So that was fun. But I got it all set up. It was neat. It was basically just pick the one option I didn't. I thought it wasn't really anything, and it turns out, yeah, that was use your balance, which is the code you used. So, that was a lot of work for nothing. I mean, not nothing. I have Nintendo Switch Online, hopefully, on this second account. For less than $8, so, you know, that's cool. When I think about it, though, when I think about the money I spent, it probably would have been better served just to get the family account, but I'm really only going to use it for Super Mario, so $8 for 3 months of this, and then maybe... I don't know. We'll see. If I can knock out what I want in those 3 months, that'd be sweet. But if I don't, it's not really a big deal to do another $8. It might be more. I don't know if there's any, like, import fees. Or not import fees, but, like, currency conversion fees on, like, digital media. I never know. I never know. It's always interesting to, like, go through your, like, credit card bills and see what's getting charged and what's not. But that's just me. I don't like numbers. They don't really make sense usually. But I do like seeing where numbers fall. You know? Like, I like seeing how they change and why they change. I like process. I'm a process guy. I may not be able to do process, like, in a beautiful way. But I do like process. I like seeing other people do it. Like those dumb videos of people doing random art stuff and, like, not even making things, just like, this is how you properly stir paint, or this is how you spread latex over a cloth so you can have a treated cloth, or this is how you spread acrylic over a flat surface so you can have a tabletop. That kind of stuff is fascinating. And I feel like a lot of people do agree with me on that. Like, there wouldn't be YouTube channels, and, like, even before YouTube, there was This Old House and stuff, you know, like, people love this kind of stuff. Oh, man, you got me. And I got somebody else, so that's cool. And the bloopers didn't get me either. Nice. But yeah, that's a long rambling story, I guess. About my love for process. And my utter inability to do something in a way that makes sense. That is also another. Oh man, I can't get anything from here then. I can get a few coins. That sucks. That stinks. Come on. Power up. Nice. I might be paying for this one later, but... So it goes, so it goes. There's no later now, there's just here. Come on, I need you all dead. Jump. Crouch. Aw, man, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, you can make that. You just have to be running. Oh no. I did the wrong choice. Well, the timer's paused a little bit, so it's fine, right? It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And this is a good one, because most of the stuff is crouched anyways. And sure, it sucks, but... So it goes, so it goes, so it goes. I'm not winning this because I'm on lowest time. I've definitely sent, 30 enemies at this point, right? We can all agree that that's a thing that's happened by now. Cool beans, that was awful. I'm kinda screwed to the hizzle. I know linguistically, grammatically that doesn't make sense, but forgive me if my panic rambling isn't appropriate. I'm kind of in a situation. Oh, I wanted to do this. Whoa, that's a lot of... Cool, cool, cool. Gaining time, losing time, it's all time. It's all time to me. I'd like to see some of you... Oh dear. I picked the wrong spot to be. Stomped by a Koopa. And we pulled it all off in one go. To be fair, this was all pretty easy stuff. Fourth place. That's my place in the universe. 4. Find that kind of interesting. Interesting. Just gonna have to practice interesting a few times. I don't know how I say it usually, but I know I screw up like the last half, probably. Sometimes my mouth doesn't move the way I want it to. Or like usually. And that's okay. I'm sure you understand. And if you don't, that's fine too. Who really understands anything, right? The world's a chaotic place of nightmares, and we're all just here together. Oh boy. So yeah, hopefully today we'll start actually recording some of the second gameplay of Super Mario 35. So I'll get to play it twice every day. And then on special battles I'll get to play it 3 times, or 4 times if I want to do special battles. Who knows? I don't really feel up to it, but we'll see. We'll see. I feel like they are a vital part of the Super Mario 35 experience. And I may do shorter videos for that one, like half-hour long, because without the commentary I feel kind of weird about leaving in the loading screens. So I feel like if I do them at half an hour, that makes it a little easier to edit out all the loading screens too. Because I edited out the loading screens from the one where I forgot to turn on my mic, and that took forever. That was a full, like, hour. But I can't imagine doing that every day on top of recording everything else and editing everything else, and still having to have time to, like, render everything. Like, man. Of course, I could just, like, rotate out things every other day, because right now, like, I've got a pretty good lead on most things I'm doing. In in terms of my channel, it's really just, I need to post more Smash Bros. Stuff, actually. Like, keep talking about Minecraft, and the Minecraft videos are pretty well set at this point, from my end. We've had some copyright claims, but that's ridiculous to me, because all the songs were created by one guy, pretty much. I've read, like, I've double-checked this, like, all the music was created by one guy. So there shouldn't be any claims. Unless a company randomly somehow got the rights to one song. But it seems kind of fishy to me. Like, I've never heard anything like, oh yeah, we gave the rights to this specific song to this specific company, so don't worry. They shouldn't be claiming you, but if they do, they'll get rid of it. No, it's just, you don't have the rights to use the song. This video can't be monetized, and that's cool. Like, if that's the only, like, thing that happens, that's fine, I guess. That's a small... I'm not even monetized on anything yet anyways. I only have single-digit amount of subscribers so far. So... But looking forward, like, I don't know. I'd like to learn the tricks to dealing with people on YouTube when they're trying to not be honest, I guess. Like, avoiding the scammers, avoiding losing my account because people suck. I say, not crediting anybody when I play games or companies and whatnot. I don't know. I'm just one person. I'm doing this as a hobby, and I keep saying it's a hobby, but when you spend like a full day's worth of time making videos or editing videos or exporting videos, like, I don't know. It kind of stops being a hobby and it's more of an obsession at this point. I just really don't want to go back to retail, and that's kind of the only jobs in my area. Like, I already quit the grocery store. I really don't want to go to, like, Dollar General. Not that there's anything wrong with Dollar General or Family Dollar or any store such as that, it's just... I really want to avoid cashier work, because I had a really horrible experience once when I did it. Like, that was my first retail position ever. I was trained the week of Black Friday, and that basically told me I'd never want to do that ever again. And I know, like, being thrown into the fire, like, right off the bat probably isn't a good indicator of, like, what the job's usually like, but still, I never want to be a cashier. Ever again. Never again. Like, it was bad. I literally had to do, like, everything that you could possibly learn how to do. Like, over a year of being a cashier in a single night. Because it was crazy. It was just non-stop people for those 5 hours. So... And, like, you had people wanting to pay with checks, and that's normal. It's not really normal when they only speak, like, a European language that you can't identify, because it's not one of the 4 main ones you know, or that people usually know. Like, I don't know. It's a little different when you have people trying to return televisions that they didn't buy from this Best Buy. Like, it was pretty wild. Not a fan. Or that the code that they told you to turn off the alarm that keeps ringing behind you isn't actually the code that you're supposed to punch in, because the managers have their own machine they can do to punch that stuff out, and their code's different. And the manager you talk to gave you his code, and it won't work on the machine behind your cashier station. I'm not even kidding you. It was a very stressful night. And then at the end of it, you get to stay a little extra because you're closing shift and clean up. Very stressful. Not really worth $10 an hour. Like, I hear the arguments for and against paying people more or less, but I think it's all bullshit. Nobody deserves to go hungry if they work a full shift, you know? Like, when we have multiple companies in this country that basically tell people you're gonna have to apply to these government programs to survive, that's bad. We failed as a nation. And that's my hot take on, like, people being paid and on wages. Like, we need unions. People deserve higher pay. And if you're gonna say stuff like, well, we don't pay the army that much, and it's like, well, maybe we should. As much as I'd rather we didn't have an army, like, I'm not naive. We live in a world where people do want to kill people, often for very stupid reasons. Like, I don't know. My feelings on a lot of things have changed over the years. But in general, I feel like we should do a good job by people, you know? And if we're not doing that, if you're making excuses to fuck over people, you're the bad guy, no matter what. I don't want to hear your burger flippers or janitors don't deserve to be able to have a living wage. Nobody should want to work those jobs. Well, you know, somebody's got to do it, you know? And you can't say it's a teenager job when the hours are like not school kid hours. Somebody's got to do that job when all the kids are in school. Unless you want to make it legal for no one to go. Alright. I'm kind of stumbling over my words here, but what I want to say is, unless you want to repeal the laws that make it a legal necessity for everybody to go to, like, K-12, and that's a horrible idea. Like, that's a real dumb fucking idea. I don't even care about your opinions on, like, the public education stuff. Like, getting rid of K-12 for everyone is super awful. I'm sure that there's people who want to do it. I know there are. But I don't know. To be fair though, like, education in America is, when you read a lot of articles, like, there's no real answer to fix it. Other than, the only way we could fix the American system, from what I've read, is basically make it legal to kill, like, anyone we vote in. Like, that's it. Like, be able to destroy your publicly elected officials and make every official publicly elected. Like, none of this appointed stuff. No. The public always gets to choose. And then if someone voted for someone and you don't like it, or, like, if you vote for someone and you don't like what they do, then yeah, you should be able to go Theodore Roosevelt on them. I don't know. I feel like that's excessive. And I say this kind of as a joke, but making more laws hasn't fixed anything. Like, reform doesn't work for public officials. Whether it's cops, whether it's congressmen. And, like, sometimes they kinda do, you know? Like, at least with congressmen, but I don't know. There's no real easy answer, and that's the problem. There's no real easy peasy answer. I need to keep using the wheel. I need to keep using the wheel. Oh, that was the worst thing that could have happened. I'm dead. You've screwed me over so bad. Yeah, you've screwed me. Killed me. You killed me. I want you to know that, game. Killed me. Okay, so if you just keep capping this, you can do it instantly. Okay, I didn't know that. Here, I've been just like a jerk. Letting it run out on itself. No. Oh boy, this is not the hubbub I need in this moment. So far from my triumph. Come on. In this moment, so far from my triumph. Yes! Come on! And it's middle? No, it's gonna be up. Oh my god, just die. You freaking jerk, just die. Just die, just die, just die. Come on! I'm tired of this garbage. I only have so many coins left. Yes. That took way too long. Oh man. But yeah, sorry that interrupted my talks on like political reform solved through mass murder. And that's a really terrible idea. Because you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have people who specifically vote for candidates they hate, so they can just kill them. Like, and granted, nobody's gonna, like, most people won't do that. But you will have some, like, smuck who will. There's always a smuck who will. I don't know. Honestly, we should just be able to kick. Like, the tamer version of this is like, you should be able... Like, there should be a specific kind of, like, soft bat covered in, like, rubber or something, or foam. You should just be able to beat the shit out of your elected officials with it. Like, it's not supposed to harm them, but it is supposed to humiliate them. Like, we can call it... I don't know what you'd call it. But I do like that more than just, like, outright murder. Like, that's always such an extreme position. Oh no. Well, glad I'll be done with this. By then, I hope. That's neat. Yeah, we've got an hour. So... yeah, whenever we finish up this, we probably won't do the second round right now. Kind of curious if it's just Nintendo Online stuff in general, or if it's just Super Mario 35. I'm gonna assume it's probably all the online stuff. I would assume. That's my assumption. I might be wrong. You're wondering, why does that matter? Well, I've been playing... I feel like I've mentioned I'm playing Tetris. I don't think I'll post any of those videos anytime soon. I'm not really doing that hot. So far, out of, I think, 6 or 7 half-hour sessions, basically, I've lost every time, every one, pretty much. So that's fun. I've managed to do 2 T-spins though, so that's cool. Like, I really didn't know what that was about originally, and then you pull it off, and that was kind of cool. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out Tetris Online, or not Tetris Online, but Tetris 99, and its weird competitive play. Like, I don't know the meta. I assume it involves a lot of T-spins. And a lot of very, what's the word I want to use? I don't know. What's the word I want to use here? Like, very non-simplistic stacking. Like, very creative stacking. So you can set up T-spins and all this other like, combo garbage, you know. The way one does. When they're not basic. Like, here I am just stacking like a 5-year-old, like, trying my best. Coming up short. I don't know, the best place I've gotten so far is 15. Which for someone who sucks at Tetris and doesn't really know what they're doing, is pretty cool, but that was an accident, and I've never gotten that good again. I'm usually out somewhere in like the 90s to usually before 50 is usually where it is. But I do occasionally end up like 30 or 40. you know, somewhere in there. So I do worse there than I do here, and that's why I'm like, nobody's gonna want to watch these. I don't even know if anyone's gonna watch this. I hope you are. I'm talking. I hope you're listening, but I don't know. It's a lot of the same stuff. And a lot of what I talk about is just filler, or stumbling, or weird political leanings. I don't know. I don't think it's a controversial opinion to ever support people, but there are a lot of people you can support that are controversial, you know? And I mean this fully in, like, people as in, like, the plural people, like the public good. If you support the public good, like, you shouldn't be seen as a controversial figure. Even though you often are, because helping people's socialism. I don't know. I'm a little jaded. It's a little disappointing. Like, to talk to people 2 or 3 times my age, and they'll be like, yeah, we can't do stuff like that, because I don't want to pay for it. And it's like, you already pay for roads and libraries, like, Jesus Christ. You've already paid for everybody who's died's, like, medical bills through insurance garbage. Like, if you pay for insurance, you've already paid for everybody who's used that insurance before you. Like, that's the whole point. You're not paying for medical service, you're just paying for somebody else to not have to pay for their medical service anyways. I don't know. And that's not even getting into the issue of, like, things would be cheaper in this country if we just didn't sue all the time. That's a huge issue too, and nobody really talks about it. That's because we have a lot of lawyers, I imagine. And who's gonna talk about something that, like, decreases how much use people need you in society? And that's pretty cynical, but that's literally why when Big Oil knew about global warming all the way back in the 70s, they paid trillions of dollars over 50 years to basically hush that up and fight it. Like, that's not great. Oh boy, multiple Bowsers. I like my Bowsers to be in multiples. Double Cherry Bowser. Man. Now that would be a boss fight. I'm not a fan of this. Give me this. Yeah, buddy. There's fish already? Neat. But yeah, you can disagree with me on the public good is always good, but I don't know. I feel like if you don't believe that after the coronavirus, you're kind of just a lost cause. Like, people, there's no way anybody could survive a lockdown or not going to work for multiple months on what most people are paid. And to believe anything otherwise is just insane. It really is. That's the only word for it. Like, you're literally... I don't know. It's just depressing to know that things like wearing masks or helping people in the middle of a pandemic are heavily politicized, when it should be a no-brainer to be like, yeah, not everybody can get vaccinated, not everybody can stay home. Let's be safe and smart about this. Not everybody can stay home. Let's financially make it so more of them can to limit the spread of this garbage. We've had 300,000 people die. That's more than the Civil War. This is the largest loss of life from a single event in the United States ever. Like, at 300,000 we beat out World War II as well, if anybody also wants those numbers. And that's just barely, because I think it's like 290,000 people died in World War II just from the US. Like, just our enlisted soldiers. Like, that's crazy. Like, those are some seriously big numbers that are really hard to think about or put into context. But the context is, like, less than 300,000 people were willing to give their lives to fight off fascism abroad. Of course, like, when we're talking about, like, loss of lives in World War II, you have to remember the Soviet Union lost way more people than than almost any other country. Like, they really experienced some pretty horrific things in general. And they were fully against the Nazis the entire time. Well, once the war started, I guess. Stalin was the weirdest guy, because, you know, he was allied with Hitler for a bit, turned against Hitler, when it became very clear that Hitler's goals would basically be to consume Russia's resources as well. I don't know. And you know my opinion on Stalinists. I'm not a big fan of them. I can understand, like, older former Soviet Union inhabitants. I can understand that, you know? If the trains run on time and everybody's got fuel and food, like, who cares, right? But I can't understand, like, white Americans being like, yeah, actually Stalin was great. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, there's two of us now. Cool. I should probably start using my coins and stuff. Well, that was neat. Neat. Yeah, history is really awesome to read about. I don't really do enough of it now as an adult. But as a kid, I was always interested in, like, books about the past. It's almost like another world, usually. See, what I tell you, Sideways Koopas are legitimately amazing. I really need to use more of this. More of these. Wow. You know what they say, life finds a way. Freaking Sideways Koopa just hanging out. Neat. What an interesting guy. I may have made a mistake here. Cool. Definitely feels like a mistake. Definitely feels like a milk steak now. Oh boy. Me and my complete lack of... I need to kill you. English skills. As I utter death threats randomly as I'm playing through this game. Sometimes not even to the enemy characters I face off against. Sometimes it's just real life people. Unfortunately. Oh no, why'd I do this to myself? Oh no, oh no! Why'd I do that to myself? That was so dumb. I jumped over the thing and then was like, this isn't good. Oh well, that was pretty close. Nice. Nice. Feel bad for anyone who's at double stars losing to poor Luppi. Oh yeah, I just played 130 hours of this game to come in third. I'm gonna be in that position really soon though, so like I shouldn't be talking. Like if I keep playing this, like even just 15 days out of a month for the next 3 months that it's available, like That's gonna rack up some serious time still. Like, I have definitely not played every day, and I'm already almost at 80 hours, I think. That's a lot. And at least most of those are recorded. A serious chunk of it is. That's cool. Like, it's gonna be pretty neat when after all is said and done, I have a playlist full of like 100 to like 300 videos of Super Mario 35. That's gonna be pretty wild. I can't wait. March can't come soon enough. It's just wild to me that, and this is going back to the way earlier conversation, it's just wild to me that there are people who oppose policies based on I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to pay for other people. It's like, that's all we do in life. Like, where do you think the money goes when you buy a Big Mac or a Whopper? Like, where do you think the money goes when you get a haircut? Like, well, I get a personal good, and that's capitalism. And it's like, yeah, no shit. But people don't have living wages. That's why you work 3 jobs, ding dong. Well, that's my right to. Also, you're 60 years old and you only work like 12 hours at each one of them. You only work all of these because you enjoy the people, and you know if you stop, you'll die. Like, that's a pro tip of life. Nobody tells you this, but when you don't have hobbies and you don't work, you basically eventually will die very quickly. Like, there's a way cooler term for it. Not cooler, but like more descriptive term. But it's a really neat phenomena that like Western societies find, that people basically, if you spend your whole life working and never develop like hobbies or grow your social network out, when you retire, you're basically left all alone to fend for yourself, and you die of loneliness, basically. Like, it's the human, and it's not the human body or society's way of like thinning out the people. Oh, dang it, I didn't land on that. I just want to land on this. I'm wasting time. Why would you do this to me? There we go. We'll make it up. But yeah, between that and like dying of lovesickness, like heartbreak, like the human mind and body are really weird when you think about it. And like, props to anybody who's at retirement age who's like staying a part of their community. Like, that's literally what we need. Like, people of all ages just being involved. Hopefully in a positive way, but, you know, we can't always get what we need or want. And that's fine. That's great. I mean, it's not great that there are people using public ends to their own, or using public or private ends for their own gain against public or private goods, but, you know, it happens. I feel like most people aren't horrible, though. Some are. But I don't think most people would choose to screw over individuals that they know for small gains. But then again, what do I know about people? Like, the dumbest thing you can do is make an assumption. Look at this bouncing. Oh, I ruined it, but that's pretty cool. Almost skillful. I want to take my revenge on that guy for stomping on me. Guess I won't get to. So it goes. Okay. Let's at least get a power-up, and then plow through all these Goombas. Like, it's really just wild to me that a lot of people think it's radical to care about people. Or at least that's kind of a push from certain kinds of groups. Empathy's bad, Ben Shapiro. Other kinds of, like, weird men's right groups. And I say weird, like, the real description of them is morally bankrupt or intellectually backwards or outright, like, sexist. I don't know, like, there are a lot of men's issues that are important. You know, like, legally, men are more likely to get screwed over in, like, divorce court things. They're very likely to lose custody of their kids. Nobody really... It's a kind of still a joke, like, when men get molested or sexually abused by women, or even other men. Like, getting raped in prison is still a huge joke. And that's kind of gross. I mean, I say kind of gross, it's super gross. Let's not be wrong here. But at the same time, you can't support... I feel like you can't... What am I trying to say? Not Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson has a quote where he basically says, "You can't make a man great by tearing down other men." And a lot of people put that in the context of, well, we shouldn't tear down already existent figures, but I think the point of it is, like, you can't grant rights to people by tearing other people down. Like, you miss the whole point of, like, the spirit of this country, really. Like, the Bill of Rights, you know? Like, people are worthy. People don't have to justify their worthiness, they just are. And because of that God-given worthiness, according to the Constitution, like, the government can infringe on certain rights. And I think we don't really apply that to our... Like, it's weird that you see people who talk about, like, oh yeah, I believe in the Constitution, I'm a constitutionalist, I'm a constitutional originalist, and then they don't really apply any of the actual, like, spirit of the Constitution into their methodology. That's just me, being a stickler for understanding not just the words, but also the context. And... I was gonna say spirit, but context is pretty much just spirit without, like, the nice words, you know? Nobody wants to hear you talk about context, but everybody understands that, like, spirit and context are basically the same thing. What was I originally talking about that got me talking about constitutional stuff? I don't remember. I've already forgotten. I moved on. I'm sure it would have been a great talk, though, if I would have continued that track. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, like the men's rights things and whatevers. And how, like, you really can't get a proper, like, men's right movement that opposes the feminist movement, too. Like, human rights. Ding-dongs. Like, you can't have real men's rights by removing women's rights. You can't... And this is where the conversation gets really sticky, because a lot of people see it as, well, if you're removing men's rights to give women more rights, but it's like, are we really removing men's rights? Or just really weird privileges that men had? Like, it was until very recently still, like, a man was still very able to, like, rape his wife legally. And that was a fairly recent thing to get, like, struck down by the courts. I say recent, like, I think it was the 70s or the 80s, it might have been a little later, might have been a little earlier, but, like, I don't know. Like, historically, the fact that it took until the 1960s for people to fight for, or not to fight for, because there's always been people fighting for civil rights, but for a civil right movement to, like, grow to the point where it actually gets stuff done, is really depressing, Because there's always been people fighting for black rights. There's always been people making literally the arguments that win in court have been made 100 years ago, 200 years ago. It's really depressing that it takes this long. Like, even in the context of like the LGBT community, like, it wasn't that long ago where you had people saying, yeah, we can't force gay marriage because you're just gonna get a lot of bigotry. And the counterpoint to that is, you're gonna have a lot of bigotry anyways. All the people against it aren't gonna change their mind just because it becomes legal. And that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing those people who said, well, we can't force it, saying, well, I was right. You have all this bigotry against you because you went over the people's heads, and it's like, no. No, it's just the bigots didn't change. And they don't. And I'll leave you with that. I'll leave you to ponder that. The bigots never change. Which is just a very polite euphemism for racism literally has to die. You know, like, bigotry literally has to die for a society to kind of move on. But can you really move on if you've never addressed the wrongs committed? Which is why things like reparations towards Native Americans and Black Americans are important. I feel. Because it kind of closes the chapter on that. It kind of shows that, yeah, I may not have had any slaves. I don't know if any of my ancestors did. But is that a worthy argument, especially when the cost to myself is so low, to not provide for a marginalized group that has been failed by every institution of the organization of this country? Like, that'd be my argument. And I feel like anybody who doesn't care that, well, anybody who doesn't care about, like, closing horrible chapters of this country's history is kind of an asshole. Like, that's just where we go, like, I don't know. Kinda like Trump's wall being right for the wrong reasons. Like, it's bad because, yeah, you're gonna destroy chunks of the environment that animals need. It's a really horrible symbol. Like, I was born in 1990. That year, the Western society literally tore down a wall. Like, it only took 30 years to put up another one? Like, damn. Damn. What a bad look. And I know nobody cares about it being a bad look. It's all about cost and the symbolism, but I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna do it, then yeah, just say we're gonna spend the $40 trillion to do it right. And nobody wants to see that price tag. That's more money than's ever been spent. But if you've got something stretching from one end of the country to another end, like, don't we want it done right? Like, how many news articles are there of random ding-dong climbed over Trump's wall, part of Trump's wall fell down? How many billions have we spent? Like, how stupid is that? Do it right. Make it so everybody who's in here in this country is legal. Make it so it's really easy for them to get the certifications they need to be known as legal. Abolish ICE. Like, do it properly. But of course we can't do that. That would actually save money in the long run, and also would end the back and forth between our two parties. And that's what we really want to sustain. Constant arguing, so we never actually accomplish anything. I don't know. Shit looks bleak, yo. And it's really hard to say something like pretty, like, it's always darkest before dawn, when you don't know if that's gonna end up being true. But I guess just historically, like, technically, humanity has been in darker spots. and it's pulled through. And while that may have been more luck than anything, like, hey, pulling through is pretty important. That's half of anything, really. Right? Although, to be fair, like, pulling through is like 90% of everything, with the other 10% being passing on something to another person. You know, whether it's your genetic material, or your ideas, or a really sweet hat that you need to see somebody wear 100 years from now. Pass something on to the next generation. I hope it's a good thing. I really do. I really do believe strongly in, like, mentorship, though. And it really upsets me that the government doesn't actually have any real, like, mentorship programs, like, just in it, naturally. Like, I know every congressman has multiple interns and stuff, but, like, how many of those interns actually continue on to, like, serve office? And I'm sure it's actually a greater number than I know, because I don't really... I don't really go looking up, like, the life history of, like, every intern ever in the United States, but... I still feel like we could do more to make things... I don't know, we just need to What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that the weird arguments you hear older people make, that the younger generation is stupid or weak or weird or whatever, is bullshit, because they literally raised that generation. Any failures of that generation lie at the feet of the generation that raised it. Not always, but, like, for the most part, yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, if you want better leaders, you have to raise better thinkers. You have to raise more moral people. You have to be a good parent. You have to be a good teacher. You have to be a great mentor. You have to be involved. That's the only way anything's going to improve, is if people get involved. But that's hard, because you have to sacrifice time, and money, and effort. And with so much on the line, like, why would anybody do that? It's easier just to get mad at the people who do, like Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's easy to get mad at people who advocate stuff like that, like Bernie Sanders. It's easy to ignore the, like, fact that most of our Congress people are over the age of 60. Like, that's not representative of anything. Of course, if we're talking representation, we still need, like, 50% of our representatives to be women, 15% to be, like, African American. I don't know the percentages for any other, like, group of people, though, so forgive me on that one. I do believe that it should be fully representative, though. I do believe that. You can't have a functioning democracy without representation. That is a founding principle of this country. That's literally why we did the stupid Boston Tea Party garbage. Like, I don't know. This country is so weird. It was literally founded because rich people didn't want to pay taxes on garbage. And then we're perfectly happy throwing away the lives of innocent dum-dums. And we've never really changed from that. We really never have. And you can say that's offensive, but... do you know any of the names of the people who fought for this country who weren't generals? No, you don't. Literally thousands of people laid their lives down for... for an idea that they believed in. For the chance to have a new country. And we don't know their names. And sir, in today's political climate, like, a lot of those people would be canceled because they were probably racist. But, you know, that's just a really dumb comment to make. We don't respect people who put in the work. Whether it's workers, whether it's, I don't know. We just don't, we have a very skewed idea of who's actually, like, in charge. And that's concerning. Hopefully this weird, like, ramble wasn't too much for anyone. I kind of just organically flowed from anything I thought about, pretty much. I don't know. I really do feel strongly that people need to get involved. And I say this as someone who doesn't like to leave their house, and probably won't really change not leaving their house anytime soon. Like, there's no real easy answers. Like, most people can't afford to do it. I understand that. I'm also in that boat, kind of. But a lot of people, like, they have their plans, you know? Have a nice house, have a good career, raise a family. So, like, if the least you can do is just be aware of who needs help in your community and, like, raise your kid to be a little kinder than you, like, I think that's enough. It's a slow route, but isn't that the route we've always taken in this country? Humanity's been around for, or even not even just in this country, just as humans. We've been around for 300,000 years, and we've only been building cities for the last, what, 14,000? 12,000? We've only been anatomically, or not anatomically correct, we've only been behaviorally, like, human for like 30,000 years. We've only had iPhones for, what, 20? 10? Like, some things we can afford to take slow, I guess. Some things we really can't. And I feel like in general we are kind of making steps towards that anyways. Like, look at young activists. You've got a lot of people advocating for climate change. You've got a lot of people advocating for a lot of different social issues. And they tend to be on the younger side, and that's awesome. Like, it's great that there are young people aware. Because I know I wasn't when I was, like, in my teens, or even in my 20s. Like, I didn't really start getting into current events until I was, like, in college. 24 or so, you know? And that was only because, like, it was on the front page of Yahoo News. Or Yahoo Mail. Yahoo Mail. I don't like Yahoo News. You always see it on the homepage of my email. I always do. And yeah, I still use a Yahoo email address. It's been hacked multiple times since 2016, but you know. I just changed my password and look at my credit card statements very carefully. I don't have any credit card information connected to my Yahoo account, but I always check it anyways. I feel like it's safe and smart to always just check everything that could be connected. However, tangentially, you know. Because that's always kind of scary. If anyone's wondering who hacked it the last time, it was Ukraine. I don't remember the first few times because I don't really care or look. But it was definitely Ukraine the last time. Or at least that's where the location data was coming from. So it might not be Ukraine, it could be somebody else just doing a VPN or whatever. I don't know. I'm not that technological savvy, so I don't know. But yeah, I didn't get into the current events until... And it's not that late in life, like, still a very young person at 24. And getting all your current events from Yahoo Mail is probably the only thing worse than getting all your news from Reddit and Twitter, in all honesty. Very skewed perspective on the world. The only way you could do it worse would be to only get your news from, and your opinions from, the Yahoo, like, commenters. The people who comment on those articles. They're all bad people. If you comment on a Yahoo News article, you deserve to die. I don't care what your opinions are, I don't care if you agree with me. Everybody who comments something that raises my blood pressure up so much. And I am a young person. I don't have blood pressure to, like, blood pressurize. So, yeah. I'm signing a death warrant for anybody who ever answered whoever left a comment on a Yahoo's new article. I'm very intolerant when it comes to stuff like that. That was karmic, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'm making fun of myself pretty much here, but it's really not a good thing to get all of my, like, current events information from social media. That's very dangerous, very bad. Because it's really easy to, like, brainwash people. And not even outright brainwash, but just make scary, radical ideas seem more, socially normal, I guess? Socially acceptable would be the actual phrase we're looking for here. And I say this as someone who does, like, who knows I'm gonna get hit with, yeah, radicalism. You just talked about killing Congress people. Well, to be fair, my plan would be you kill your elected officials, like, or you can. You don't have to, you can. In the same way that ding-dongs can protest a state building with guns. Except just taking a further step. If you don't like it, what were you doing 4 months ago? And that's me being an asshole, because I like to argue. In a really dumb way. I like to make people eat their own shit. Because people are always spewing it. And it really frustrates me. I really hate human shit. So much. I love it, I'm always reading it. But I don't like it as well. It's like, learn to be, humans. Learn to be. Well, that was a waste of a perfectly good either superstar or shell. Oh well. What can I do? But be better. There's a part of me that wants to, like, play until 2 just to see what happens, but there's a part that's like, that's so dumb. Don't do it. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. It's only 20 minutes away, so we'll see how I feel. Yeah, we talked about a lot of things today. I hope I turned on my mic. That would be very disappointing. To have not done that. Because we talked about killing officials, we talked about public goods, how important mentorship is, hope, despair, how undeserving I am of being considered anything that knows anything about anything. We talked about a lot of topics. It was good. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you didn't, leave me a comment, and maybe I'll improve. Probably won't be on a time scale you'd find acceptable, but that was kind of neat. But we'll try our best, right? That's all we can do. Let's try our best. There's still 11 people. Okay. What happened to the games where it's just me and somebody else, like, real lickety-split? That's what I like to see. Aww, I lost my fire flower. That was very close to being risky business. The tip of my toast right there. The tip of my toast. Cool, cool, cool. As long as I can get some more coins before the thing goes red, I'm fine. Oh. Cool, cool, cool. But yeah, I did some rescheduling on future videos too, so a lot of things that I have planned should hit sooner than later. And that's happening because I'm working really hard now and I didn't really realize how hard I was working. If that doesn't make sense, like, oh, it will. It will when you have 2 Super Mario 35 episodes in a day. Because I really want March 31st one of this, like, commentary playthrough to go up as soon as possible on the 31st, or after the 31st, you know what I'm saying. It would probably be like sometime April 1st or 2nd. A little later. Because it takes time to like actually make something and export it and upload it. But as soon as possible. I would really like to have it set up for all the episodes are uploaded sooner than later. Oh man, you kinda screwed me over. I screwed myself over, I think. A little bit. Yeah, I probably screwed myself over a little bit. I'm losing a lot of time just goofing off. At least it's, well, this thing is still kinda slow. What did I just do? I didn't know I could back off the vine. That's not a thing I knew how to do before. Yeah, I'm about at that point where I'm gonna... Oh, but there's only 9... There's still 9 people! That's so many. Well, I'm gonna have to do this either way, so... Oh dear. I'm kind of... Oh dear, come on. There we go. I'm willing to waste time. It means... Yeah, we can build time as well. You need to die. 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 You all need to die. I need more coins. Cool. Oh, I was gonna just... Oh well. I kinda wanted the Hammer Brothers, but I kinda feel like I also would die horribly. And I'm already seeing enough of them, you know? Oh boy. Oh, that was dumb. Oh well. Works for me. Cool, that's exactly what I need right now. That's not what I need. I need you to die. Well, you did, so thanks, buddy. Cool, cool. I figured out how to get exactly what I want or need from this stuff. That's awesome. I swear to goodness, if this round ends because of maintenance, I'm gonna be really upset. You guys need to just croak. Come on, croak for me. Croak a dream, please. Daddy says croak dream. I'm not anybody's father, but you know, I can dream of it on TV. Neat. Cool beans. Oh dear. Oh, I like this. This is a cool situation to be in. Yeah, really cool situation to be in. Oh boy, I'm eating my own choices. I really made the right choice here. Oh boy, I was so scared. I was so scared. So scared. Oh, I don't have enough coins. I'm not gonna survive this one. This is it for me, I think. Oh, that's a waste. Such a waste. Okay, cool. I just need to keep this through the next 2 areas. Oh man, is that person done with 8-4? If 8-4 doesn't get you, what will? Okay, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Nice! Neato! I did it. I won before the thingy, before maintenance kicked me out. That's awesome. cool. I'm happy about that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. We'll go again. Because I didn't, once again, I win in 8-4 and don't get any points for it because I didn't beat it. Lovely. This is the second time that's happened, I think. Beautiful. Beautiful. This doesn't feel right. That's unfortunate. My towel's all bunched up in a weird way. So this final round, I hope. Maybe a really weird one. I don't know, it should be fine. Worst thing that happens is you can hear button presses again, right? It only took me 2 months to figure out how to not do that. Still haven't done it in a way that's actually intelligent, like using technology, but, you know, towels. Towels are a technology. Towels are the technology to time travel, I believe. It's not breakfast cereal. It's not quarks or quasons. No, it's towels. Towels all the way down. Okay. Small jumps, big jumps, any kind of jumps. But yeah, we won a few times, we lost a bunch of times, we had some good talks. I'm pushing this issue to see the server go down. I want to see that. I want to see what happens when it goes on maintenance. I want to plan for I want an idea of what to expect from March 31st. Because I kind of would love to play until the game's no longer like I don't know, like, will the game just stop being available, or will, like, I don't know, will the game stop being able to be played, or will it just be unable to be downloaded? Like, I don't know. I'm excited. I hope it just stops, like, it just, everybody's game in the middle of 2 p.m. in the morning just closes. You can no longer, this software is no longer recognized by your Nintendo Switch. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Kind of terrible, but all things gotta end. And if you already know, then you can kind of make plans for it. Gonna get drunk as fuck and just play for 6 hours that night. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna start at 9 p.m. the 31st, and we're gonna play. Wait a second. No. Because if it's gone at the 31st, that means the last day would be the... Yeah, it'd be the 30th I'd have to start playing. Yeah. I can do dates. I know what I'm talking about. I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. If it's early in the morning on the 31st, then that would mean I'd have to start if I'm playing late the day before on the 30th. Yeah. This is a really long way of saying I don't know how dates work, really. But I do try. Aw, man, again! This is the worst thing that ever happened to me. By far. Even worse than that dog eating my tendrils. I don't know what he thought they were. But the pain was unimaginable. And the shame of not having tendrils for weeks was unimaginable as well. I assume you humans can't imagine it, because you have no other body parts like this. It'd be if someone tore out your eyes and your genitals at the same time. But with a dog's mouth. And also remove your fingers. And your toes. And sometimes your nose, but not all the time, because it's not really smell, it's just wavelengths vibrating in the ether. I like the word ether. Human scientists used to use it to describe like basically anything that they didn't know how to describe. And it's a perfect word for Luppi. Heads, shoulders, ribs and toes, ribs and toes. Heads, shoulders, ribs and toes, ribs and toes. I really hate how humans have knees. Could you stop having knees? We're gonna cover up all the political talk from the first 2/3 with some light character building in the last 10 minutes. Probably not a great idea, but you know. The worst thing that happens is I alienate you all, and nobody watches these videos beyond the first 10 minutes. Honestly, considering how repetitive the gameplay is, like, if you leave because of what I'm saying, that's kind of, like, great. Because I would have expected you to leave because we're playing the exact same levels we played always. With the exact same strategy that I've had always. Not really a rusher until I panic. I'm really good at getting hit, except when I need to get hit. It's like Schrodinger's. How do you pronounce that guy's name? Schrodinger, I think. Schrodinger's Luppi. Schrodinger's hitbox. Someone should make an album called Schrodinger Got a New Hat. That'd be kind of funny, but in a really dumb way. One of the songs could be Put a Hat in a Box. If you're not laughing, it's probably because I'm not funny, but maybe you just don't get my high-minded references. I want to survive long enough to get kicked. 4 more minutes, according to my clock. It could be wrong. It is an Apple clock. But they're usually pretty right. They're connected to the internet and stuff. They kind of know what they're talking about. Well, screwed that one up too. Multiple times, but that's life. Yeah, down to 14 people. I'm gonna be really ticked if it's just like 2 people left. Me and someone else. And then we get kicked. But I feel like losing 12 people in 5 minutes is a bit much. I could be wrong. I have a really bad sense of time when I play these games. Like, I really can't believe I started at like 12:30? 12:40? Like, it didn't seem like it was an hour and whatever minutes, but it kind of was. I mean, it's less it kind of was, and it was more it has to be, because here I am. At 1:57. Playing this game. I was playing this game at 1 o'clock too. So that's cool. And I was playing this game before 1 o'clock, just barely. Nice. Clock is red. Let's see if this pans out. I'm gonna be really upset if I die, like, in a really dumb way in the next 2 minutes. Like, what was this being built up for? Why were we building this up? If only to suffer. I'm going up here, it's safe. I can pretend to grab coins. Oh yeah, all of them are too high now. Pooh. Oh well, the clock at least stops for a little bit. That's cool. Who's in the hard levels already? I say, bloopers are not that hard, but still, they give me pause. Oh dear, that's not good. Give me this. You know what? I'm not a fan of all this garbage. All of you garbage fools, trying to get in my way. I know I don't need it, specifically, but I'd like it. Cool, I lured one of you guys down. Nice. All those Hammer Brothers are mine now. Last minute. I just have to survive for a minute. And it may take longer, like... I know they always say, like, on the dot, but, like, how many times does something happen on the dot, you know? Well, that's not really what I need. Oh, that's not what I need. Nice. Oh boy, that's a wall of Hammer Brothers. Neat. Come on, just give me... Cool, cool. Mercy invincibility? Do they just... It seems like they chase you, but do they just actually, like, run the other direction? Like, that's their programming? They don't really chase you, they just run in the opposite direction? That's cool. Chase function. Turned on. Can I get a... cool thing? Nope. Can't get a cool thing. He just went through solid rock. Nice. It is now 2 o'clock according to my Apple clock. So it's not gonna kick us, probably. It's just gonna let us play out. And then eventually, it'll probably not let us do any more. I don't know. That's interesting. Interesting. Interest split best. How interest? My interest is vested. Oh boy. I don't have enough coins for this. Or time. I wasted a lot of time, didn't I? I wasted a lot of time. This is gonna end soon. It's gonna end for me. Very soon. Very soon. Very nice. Oh, cool. Oh, we're finally down to 5 people. That's cool. Well, that was dumb. Oh man, I need to kill as many things as I can. In as official as way as possible. Cool beans. I'll take it. Yeah, I need you. Come on, buddy. You're supposed to let me jump on you, you jerks. I don't have the time for this. Cool. Really don't have time for this. If I somehow win this one, that'd be sweet. I don't think I can, but I'll take it. Oh, I should've... You know what I should've done? I should've went down that pipe. Oh dear. It's over, it's over, it's over, it's over, yep. That's it. Second place, though. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Dad. Of course. Of course. So was I wrong about... I don't care. I don't care. I was gonna check it out. I don't think it's... I don't know. We can see. I don't want to play another round though. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't care. This is... I'm done. We're done. It was fun. Thank you for watching. I had a blast. I hope you had a blast too. See you in the next one. Bye.